Hey, what's up, team? Okay, so what this is going to be is the Cats in the Cradle finger arrangement that we're doing on the 23rd. So what I'm going to do is kind of go through the song. I spent some time learning it, so I'm going to go through the song and break it down section by section. It is a fingerstyle song, so use your fingers. We all have our own finger patterns, but for the most part I'm going to give you the melody and what's going on with it. Other than that, just kind of adapt it into your own. It's written in A, so we're going to be doing a lot of stuff around this area. And just some nice finger picking. Which first thing you want to do is go ahead and grab your capo and throw it over there somewhere because we ain't going to need it. It's kind of easier, sort of, I guess, if you arrange it around in G, but you lose a lot of the ringing out in the notes, and it really actually didn't sound too good, but I did play around with it. So we're going to be doing it in A. I am writing out a little bit of a tab here, so if you have any questions about what I did, I'm also going to do a chart with the chord progression, so you can kind of follow it and play around with it like that. And I'll post those with the video when I send it over. Cool, so here we go. Let's start with the intro. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is kind of base it around the A sus2 shape. Cool, so the intro kind of starts with this 2nd fret G string with a fill thing right there. So basically all you're hearing there is starting with the 2 and the high E twice. What I like to do is kind of play the open A with it. Just kind of makes it sound a little bit full, but you can do it without it. The position I'm holding on this is the 2 fingers here, because I'm going to use my first finger up here on the 2nd fret E for a fill, and I have my pinky also coming here on the 3rd fret. So it's kind of like an A sus4, A major, and A sus2 kind of shape going on here. So whatever fingers work for you, you can also do your fill like that. Might be easier. Anyways, let's go ahead and play through that. So again, I'll start with the fill, and right there I'm picking the G, and then pull off on the high E string 2nd fret. So there's an open B followed by the G again, which I'm holding at the 2nd fret, and then I'm finally going into what's the A4 at that point, 3rd fret on the B string. So slowly with the fill, right there, and then with the open A instead, just rings really nice. Cool. Next part we're going to do is go to the A sus2. I'm going to pick the outside of that chord on the 4th and 2nd strings, followed by D, G, B. And the rhythm there is going to go right there. Awesome. So let's connect those 2 parts. Slowly. Cool. From there we're going to go into an open G. So I'm going to pick an open G on the low E string, open G, and then a B. Back into an A sus2. Cool, so that ending there, right there. Cool, so I'm going to connect actually that whole intro very slowly. Cool, and then we do an extra bar of A. And you can kind of just pick through that. It's just kind of random picking. So whole intro. Cool, and then we start the verse. Alright, cool, so what we're going to do is get into the verse part next. The verse is pretty much built around a couple different chords. It's going to be the A sus2, beautiful chord, a C sus2. I want to make sure that E's open though. We have a D sus2, and then finally the A sus2 again. Cool. So it's one of those fun progressions. Now what we're going to really try to do is stick to the melody, and again, you know, be a little adaptive with your fingerstyle. We're not all going to hit the same exact strings at the same exact time, but it's important that you know where the melody is and you know where the chord structure is so you can play around and really fine-tune it. It's the easiest way to really do these melodic finger-picking songs, in my experience. So it's pretty much what I do with them. I just mess around with them until I find where my fingers want to go and what's closest to the song. So, alright, so what we're going to do is start on that A sus2, and the note we're going for in the melody is that high E, so, and then the C, and they're kind of pushed. So listen to the song closely and also listen to it so you can get your phrasing down. Cool, so A to the C2 and then the D2. back to the A. Cool. So there was just a variation right there. Let me get a little more specific on it. So again, A, and I'm kind of starting my pick right there in the 3rd string. So A in the 3rd string into that, and I'm picking the outside of that C2 chord, so 3rd and 3rd. On the D1, that note's kind of going to an open B there. Doesn't sound as good at the 4th fret, so you want to kind of back and forth. And then into the back into the A sus2. What I was also doing to go back into it was kind of sliding down like that. So let me kind of play you the way I'm doing it. Like that, and kind of resolve on that right there. One more time. Cool, kind of like that. And again, just base it around those 3 chords and a variation of that. Let's jump into the pre-chorus from here. Pre-chorus is pretty cool. This is the ascending pattern of a G. A G F sharp. Really what's going on with it is the B and the G are constant and the root note is changing to those 3 chords. So we have right there. So I'm picking the bass notes, followed with the B and the G. And the G twice at the end. And again, this might even be in somewhat of a different tuning just because some of the opens sound like they're ringing a little bit differently. But for the most part, it's close. Right there. Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Cool. And that's just the pre-chorus descending part. So let's go from, say, the verse. Actually, let's finish out the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus kind of has a little bit of a tag to it, and that goes into the chorus, and then I will recap. So as we're coming at the end of the tag of the chorus, we get through. Then we're going to go to a C2. And the way I'm picking the pattern there is I'm starting on the 5th and the 3rd string. And I'm going to the D string as the note after. From there, a G. That open G again, with a B and then an open G. So. To an A sus2 right there again, so tag that line, and then kind of ad-lib that A sus2 into the chorus. Alright, so this is going to be the verse now, through the pre-chorus with the tag, everything up until the chorus. So here's my verse, 3, 4. Cool, and next we're getting into the chorus. Cool, and then finally let's go and get into the chorus right now. I will be doing a full playthrough of this at the end of the video, so if you've been going through this and you want to jump to the end and just kind of watch me play it, you can do that too. And then for the rest of you that need to break it down and kind of see what's going on, just keep watching this. I'll try to keep it short. So here we go on the chorus. We're going to do chords. First of all, A sus2, good old A sus2, G, C9, and finally that D. So we're going to play around with a D and a D sus2 in the picking right there. Cool, so here we're sticking with the melody of the chorus. So you're just going to pick kind of more of an A5 chord at that point. So again, we're starting on the open A, on the 2nd fret G, and just kind of flipping back to that D string each time. Bum, 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 bum. We go to that open G again. There's that B string in the melody. 2nd fret G, continuing the melody. So followed by the open G. So watch that one closely. B, 2nd fret, and then open G. Cool, connecting those.